Hi everybody, it's Cindy. It is Sunday, it is November 1st, and I'm back for an update. As you can see, I have a different background. I do try and change it up with my backgrounds every now and then, but you want to see the beautiful stitching, so it's a new background. I hope everybody's doing well. It is November 1st. I am so happy that it is November 1st. I am still on my fast. I've been fasting since Wednesday night and it's Sunday morning, and I'm going to be eating later on. And I gotta say, I don't feel hungry, but I want to eat everything. The first day is the hardest. Oh my gosh, all these food come into your mind. I grew up in New York and we had the Italian festival, and it's the sausage, pepper, and onion hero, and I never eat that, ever. I wanted that the first day. So the devil will do what he can to pull you out of that fast, but I'm so happy I made it to Sunday. I have done an 11-day fast. My fasting, I do water. I just do liquids. I do water, I do tea, and I do fresh squeezed juice. And I only did 2 fresh squeezed juices, so most of it was just like water and tea. And I did have homemade chicken bone broth. That's it, just strictly liquids. I feel great. I have a ton of energy. That's just me. Everybody experiences a fast differently. I do have clarity. It was a great weekend for me because I stitched almost all day yesterday, and I will be stitching a lot today. I will be making a roasted chicken, potatoes, and broccoli for later on. And I'm going to be making pickled eggs after my video. We do gain an hour today. So I'm usually depressed on this day because I do not like winter. And to me, it gets dark an hour earlier, but it is lighter an hour earlier. So I think with the fast, that helped a lot for me. We had a lot going on this weekend. It was Halloween. It was a blue moon. We turned the clocks back. It was just a lot of stuff going on. And of course, in a couple of days, we have the election. So I was just praying and fasting for 4 days. So that's just me. Not everybody does that. I'm just sharing what I do. I don't push anything that I believe or do on anybody else. I just share what I do. I'm going to start with questions. I've had, in the last couple of weeks, a lot of questions. And I typically don't get a ton of questions, but I am going to answer those questions. And I think I'm going to do that at the beginning of every video because I'm finding a lot of them are repeats. So Karen asked, where do I get my rings? And these are some of my rings, so I'm going to take them off. This one is a Judith Ripka ring. It's a dangling heart. That I got on QVC. I used to watch QVC a lot years ago, and Judith Ripka is an amazing designer. I used to have a whole cabinet of jewelry. I lost everything 5 years ago, so I don't have anything. But this is one ring I went back and got. I love it. It's sterling silver. The next 2 rings, let's see if you can see those. It's hard. But these are Pandora rings. So I get those on Pandora. This ring is a Tree of Life ring. It's a dangling ring. I stack my rings. That's what I like to do. This I bought on Etsy. That was an Etsy purchase. This, you're gonna laugh. This is a groove ring. You know when it popped up in YouTube, like every commercial was a groove ring, and I'm like, well, let me see. I love this ring. It feels like you're wearing nothing, and I love the colors. It's the aquas, and it's just pretty. That's where I got that one. And this ring, I don't have all of my rings on, but that has sunflowers on it. That was an Etsy purchase. This bracelet is an Etsy purchase. And this bracelet is Brighton. I do have a lot of Brighton. Karen asked if I did Pandora bracelets, and I don't. I am an animal. I know. Listen, I am an animal. I'm out in the garden a lot. I would just absolutely destroy those charms. I know Chelsea says that she destroys her charms. I would kill my charms. So I don't even waste my money on that. On to the next thing. Okay, Mary Lou asked what fabric I am using for his eye is on the sparrow. That is 32 count French roast that I purchased at 123 Stitch. So you could go there and purchase that fabric. Elizabeth asked, do I save my seeds? I do save some of the sunflower seeds. I dry them out. I let them hang out in the shed, and then I'll bring them in probably in a couple of days and put them in a paper bag and put them in the laundry room and let them dry out. I do not do my zinnia seeds. I have a couple of great sources for seeds. I use Eden, E-D-E-N. You can look them up. And I use My Gardener. My Gardener has a YouTube channel. He's a young gardener. He's a young family, his wife and children. And I've been following him for years because I like to garden. He sells seeds. I know he ran out of seeds this year though with everything going on, but Eden seeds, great seeds. That's where my zinnias and different sunflowers and stuff like that come from. Gail and Mary Lou asked, how do I know where to go when I stitch on linen? Okay, in my drop down below, I have links. I have tutorials of how I finish cross stitch pieces, my stocking, but I also have the sewing method. I give you the timestamp in the video on the link below. That's the sewing method. It'll show you how I stitch on the linen. And I also have a tutorial on how I do the pin stitch. So those links are below. I put them in every video. You hit the down arrow, all of my links for tutorials. It'll explain which each video is, and you just click on the link. Someone also asked what was my Instagram name. And I'll put that right here. I have that in my drop down too. So if you go to my drop down box, it has my Instagram, my email address, all of my tutorials. That's a little bit of housekeeping today, and I never do that, so something different. I have some great finishes. I'm going to be sharing a lot in this video. In the video towards the end, I am going to announce I had a de-stash last week. Thank you everybody for participating. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. Everybody wanted the same patterns. I was kind of crazy, but I did de-stash 77 patterns, and I had de-stashed about 50 prior to that. I still have a whole box of patterns to de-stash. So most likely next week, I will be doing another de-stash video. I do it on Saturday in the middle of the day between like 12 and 2. I do it as a premiere, so you'll get a notice about the de-stash. It is fun just to look at all the patterns. You don't have to buy anything. I did 6 giveaways on that, and that's the video I'm going to be attaching on the end of this. So if you watched that video, thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who purchased patterns. That video ended Saturday. I nailed out every pattern I sold on Monday. They went all over the place. Some went to, what was it? Some went to Alaska. That was the one that blew my mind. Alaska, California, I mean, all over the country. And I wanted my patterns to have a good home. They went to other stitchers. They could do what they want with them. I am cleaning up and clearing out my space, even though I don't have much. I want to downsize. I have way more patterns that I could ever stitch in a lifetime, which some people know that, some people don't. And when I'm done de-stashing, trust me, I'll still have plenty of patterns to stitch for the rest of my life. So let's get started. I have a bunch of finishes, and I have a big finish, Hidden Tulips by Rosewood Manor. I finally finished it. It's beautiful. I'm so happy it's done. Let's see if we could. Let's see if we could get in closer. This is a beautiful piece. I highly recommend it. I think I don't know. There's so much nice parts in this pattern, but I love, love, love this piece right here. It's a beautiful piece. I am so excited to get that done. I have to get pieces framed. I haven't gone to my framer because my framer is over 2 hours away. And I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and bring those babies in, let them get framed and finished. And we will move on to the next thing. The next two, now I have stuff on different things, so I do have to kind of bend a little. These are beautiful. This is Waxing Moon Designs. This is called Turkey Trio. See if we could get, there you go. And I did the bottom too. This one wasn't something I wanted to stitch, but I did these two and I love them. Now I finished these on 2 plaques that I got. I went to Hobby Lobby. I'm like, I gotta start. I have a lot of pieces to finish. It's not like me. I usually stitch a piece, finish it immediately. I'm stitching well over 20 years. That's how I've always done it, but not this year. This year, I can't. I'm at a sink. I haven't really wanted to finish, and you have to be in a mood to finish your pieces because they are time consuming. And I'm sure most of you watch Brenda and the Serial Starter. And Brenda always tells Laura, you just got to buckle down and finish it. And I was watching them, of course, last Sunday, and she said, Laura, you need to buckle down and finish that. I'm like, yeah, I need to buckle down and finish these. So I do get my inspiration from other stitchers too. So the first one I'm going to show you is Bountiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. These are the plaques that I got at Hobby Lobby. They were $4.99, and of course, you know, you get the discount, use your coupon. Let me see if I have the item number. Put my glasses on. Item number 5425061. Now, when I was in Hobby Lobby, I found one. And it has some wording on the front of both of these. And I found one, and I was looking for another one, and I couldn't find one. And I'm like, I need 2 because I had 2 pieces. So I went to the lady in Hobby Lobby, and I'm like, do you have another one of these? She goes, no. She goes, and I didn't know this. She goes, we hardly keep any stock in the back. She goes, what comes in, we put out on the floor, and that's it. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm like, there's got to be another one, because if it's all coming in, they have to find spots for everything. And I found the second one. So this is Peaceful. How cute. And I just added these buttons. I glued them on. These were $4.99. And listen, they're gorgeous. Aren't they beautiful? So these are more fall Thanksgiving type pieces, the 2 different turkeys. I love them. I'm so happy. When I finished them, I was like, oh, I should have done it right away. But you have to find the right thing to finish something. And if something's not right, I won't finish the piece. So just a struggle finding things to finish the piece. That's just me. And let me just bend. I'm sorry. I'm just in a different area. And I have things laid out on this card. All right, the next piece is Bluebird Sampler by Heart and Hand. I finished stitching that a couple of weeks ago. I love this piece. And I'll tell you, it couldn't have come out any better. There you go. This is the beautiful blue fabric. And I added a little type of cording here. And it came out beautiful. Couldn't have asked for anything more on this. And I haven't done a pillow in a while. Yay, another finish. The next one is I started and finished this piece. It was a couple of days. Christina from Calico has been doing a lot of Mill Hill kits, and she did Halloween Flosstube with the Mill Hills, and she did a tree. And it came out, they're so pretty. And I saw this one. It's beautiful. It's a sunflower. It's a pumpkin. It's not Halloween. I don't do Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween. I hate the holiday. That's just me. Nothing I don't want nothing to do with Halloween. And this is called Sunflower Pumpkin. It's so cute. And I'll show you how, like you can't even see the beauty of the beads, but it's beautiful. On the back, I didn't do fabric. I did, hold on, I'll go get it. I'll show you what it is. Okay, I got it. This is Pellon and it's fusible. This is sheer weight and this is number, I need my glasses, 906F. Glasses because I cross stitch. But what you do is you just iron it on the back and it holds in all of your threads and everything like that. You can't really, well, you could see through it a little bit, but not, and then you just trim up the piece. Can you see the sparkly? It comes with a little charm there. It's super cute. That's what I use. And I use this on the inside of my pillows. You know, you iron it on and it just gives it a little bit of stability to work with. But on the back of the Mill Hill piece, it just encases, and years ago I did a bunch of pieces for people I worked with, and I had used the fusible webbing just on the back, and they had those forever. One guy hung it in his rear view mirror. Like, okay, he could do what he wants with it. It was funny. He did like it though, and I try to give to people that appreciate the craft. Now, what have I been working on since I finished my big piece? I pulled out Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. This has been sitting in the desk for a while, but I'm working on this piece right here. This is block number 7. And I was stitching yesterday. As I was fasting, I was watching I was watching something on YouTube for 10 hours. I'm not going to say what it was. It's personal, but it was really good. And I was stitching all day. And I started this block. So I stitched the whole house. Now, I had started it Friday night. Not this piece. Should I open it? It's so big. Let's see. Here we go. It's beautiful. I love this piece too. I started it Friday and I guess I was a half a stitch off when I came back to stitch it on Saturday. I had to rip out half the house. I was like, ah, because you know, it takes time just to rip that stuff out, but I'm like, okay, let's buckle down and get to it. So I did. I sat down, I pulled it out, and then I restitched it, and I love it. It's such a fun piece. And I think this is a much easier piece after working on something so intense like His Eyes on the Sparrow. I worked on that too, and I'm going to show you what I did on that. For those of you who don't know, I am working on His Eyes on the Sparrow. I know there's a lot of new people to the channel. Thank you so much. But I've been working on this too, so I've been playing around with different pieces. This is so much fun. Okay, so I did the basket with the flowers. I did the cow. This is a squirrel, but you could see it more back. But I did 3 motifs on this. The cow is cute. He is cute, but I love that basket with the flowers in it. Absolutely love that motif. This one's a lot of fun. So I stitched on this and I'm like, oh, let me pick up Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. I did a couple of small pieces in between. So I have done a lot with that. It's not like I didn't do anything on that. Now what I'm going to do now is, you could see my full display here. And somebody asked me if I could show some of the pieces up close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get those pieces and I'm going to show you all those. I might not remember every pattern where it came from, but I'm going to show you those up close because some of them people might not know, and I'm gonna pull those out and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. So let's see what we have here. The first one, this is Penny Pumpkin. And the design is escaping me, but you can look it up. It's a beautiful piece. This in the background, this is the scrapbook paper in here, and then I layered this on top. Of course, I added the sunflower. This was a frame that I got in Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. So that's the first one, Penny Pumpkin. And let's see, gotta bend a little. This is Lizzie Kate. These are the pilgrims. Now I stitched them together and I love them together. I put the buttons on here, the little pie button and sunflower on him and the fish. And love this piece. That's Lizzie Kate. These I've been working on Kathy's new pattern from Hands-On Designs. These are the, of course, autumn pieces. I just started the winter, but there was so little to show. I didn't even bother showing. That's Hands-On Designs. This was a gift. This is from Long Dog Stitcher Jenny. Jenny, I love this piece. She stitched this for me. I don't know who the designer is or pattern, but I think she stitched a couple of these for a couple of people a couple of years ago. This one is, let me think, Heartstring Samplery. I'm pretty sure the little ones. This is the turkey. And this is an antique metal shovel. And I just had a magnet and put it on there. I love this. It's so cute. This is Heartstring Samplery. The monthly minis she had. This is Hands-On Designs, Live Within Your Harvest. I added the pins here. I have the yellow plush velveteen from Lady Dot. This is a beautiful piece. Love this piece. I like a lot of sunflowers. I think everybody knows that, but if you're new, I'm a huge gardener and sunflowers are one of my favorites. This is Plum Street Sampler, and I did this 1/1, and it's very full. The stars are very full looking. Salt boxes, I think. One of the first ones. That. This is, I think this is Chessie and Me. Harvest Time. It's beautiful. It's this on a board. I added this and the ribbon. It's a beautiful piece. I really like this piece. I like them all. Don't we like them all? We like them all. How could you pick a favorite? It's like picking a favorite kid. Let's see. This I actually use in one of my tutorials. It's a little sunflower. I don't know the pattern, don't know where I got it. Don't know. But that was in a tutorial I used. When I held the cross stitch retreat last year, last October in Knoxville, Hands-On Designs, Kathy designed this for the retreat. And it says, may your day be blessed by the grace of a flower touched by the sun. And she has released the pattern. I have it in a frame. I actually have glass over it, and I never use glass, but it fit in the frame perfectly. I love this piece. Hey, it's another one. Now this, I'm trying to think. This wagon I got at Hobby Lobby a couple years ago, and it was 50% off. It was like $12. Now this motif, that was from Punch Needle magazine, punch needle and primitive cross. I don't know. I can't think of the proper name. You know what I'm talking about. Hold on, I'll go get the magazine. I'll show you. Here it is. Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and I didn't open my fold yet. I was savoring it. I'm like, I think I might do this today. Open it up and be like, I want to stitch everything. Like we all do. But this is an excellent magazine. If you need a magazine, I've gotten them all since it began. It's such high quality, even if you don't do punch needle. The next two pieces are by Hands On Designs. This was a collaboration with Priscilla Bleen from the Real House of Wives of Cross Stitch. There's a what I love these two pieces, I really do. That's the small one. And then this is the big one. They are beautiful pieces. And that is all I have for fall. I think I have other fall decorations on the shelving unit that I use, but that's all I really need. To me, that's a lot. I do have real pumpkins. I got my yellow pumpkin, white pumpkin, orange pumpkin. I just buy 3 pumpkins, but those are in work. I see that every day. I go to work. I'm at work as much as I am almost at home. So, and I do have 1 cross stitch piece in work, so that hangs in work. If you saw the post on Instagram or in my community tab, I worked with a gentleman, and I worked with him for over 10 years at Geico. And we worked in a call center, and I literally sat 6 inches from him for 2 years straight. He used to call me his work wife, a joke thing, but work wife, because you spend more time with them than you probably do your real spouse. And he passed away this past week. He's younger than me, so it hits a little bit hard to home when you lose someone that's younger than you. And I worked with him for a long time. It was 10 years, and I was talking to my other friend that still works at Geico, and I'm like, I went to his wedding. I went to his wedding. We were that close. You know, we were work friends. And I ran to my album, and I pulled out like a couple of his wedding pictures, and I was showing my friend. I'm like, I went to his wedding and stuff. She's like, I didn't know you went to his wedding. I'm like, yeah, no, we did. I did. And it's just hard when it's somebody younger than you. And since I've known him for so long, like, I'm not in New York right now, and like I have to do something in his memory. Like, I just couldn't just be like, say a prayer and that's it. I just couldn't. So I went and I bought a balloon, and I wrote a message on it, and I'll include that at the end. And I let the balloon go up to heaven. I know he's dancing and he's happy up in heaven. I just, listen, this is not our eternal home. It's just not. And I know he's happy and he's free and no more issues and things like that. Life gets to you. And so that was very hard hitting for us this week, me and my friend. He's younger than us. It just, you never know when your last day is. We're not going to be here forever. We're just not. Our eternal home is somewhere else. Just make sure your soul is right with your Lord every day. When I go to bed, I pray, please forgive me for whatever I did wrong for the day. I mean, your eternal soul is what matters. How we touch people in this life is what counts. Not how much money you make, not what job you do, not how much you stitch, but just sharing and making a difference in somebody's life. That's why I do my videos. I don't do it for money. I don't do it for popularity. I don't do it for any of those reasons. I do it because I try and touch somebody else's life who's in a different situation. There's several people I know who they're by themselves, they don't work, they're homebound, they can't go out. And if I could bring just a little bit of joy to someone else in this life, that's what matters. I am going to be doing the 12 Days of Christmas in December, and it's a lot of work. It's going to keep me busy. And we're into November. I do want, Hope everybody's well out there. Be safe, be alert with things coming up. Just be careful, be alert, be prepared for anything that possibly can happen. But just keep your faith in the Lord. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I have some great footage to share with you. And until we meet again, everyone, stay for that video if you watch the D-Stash for the winners. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And until we meet again, happy stitching. Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing the giveaway. I had 5 different giveaways on my D-Stash video. And I'm going to be picking the winners of those patterns. We're going to start with number 1. So I put in the URL and number 1. And we are going to do the first one. The winner of number 1 is Colette Rowberry. Hi Cindy, I would like 1 or 3 or 5 or 6. Thank you. Got your kindness and being so generous. Have a great day. Best regards, Colette. Colette, so you are the winner of number 1. Let's move on to number 2. Okay, this is number 2. The winner is Creative Mayhem. Yay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Actually, I was giving away 6 patterns, as you could see. So sweet to do. Have a great day. So the winner of number 2 is Creative Mayhem. Now we're doing number 3. Number 3 is Sarah Brunsvold. Sarah, I know you will. So fun to watch. Love the zinnias and love your gorgeous hair. 3 or 4. Sarah, you are the winner of number 3. Moving on to number 4. Gloria Hanaway. Gloria, I know you will too. Great sale. I pay ASAP. I would like to be entered in the drawing for numbers 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Thank you so much. Gloria, you are the winner of number 4. Let's move on to number 5. The winner of number 5 is Kathy Harris. So nice to enjoy the last flowers of summer. Fun seeing all those charts. 1, 4, 5, or 6. Kathy, I know you too. You're the winner. Let's move on to the next one. And the last one we're doing is number 6. Kathy Harris. We're going to pick another winner because you could only win once. So we're going to pick again. Tina Salentino. Hey Cindy, thanks for the video. Interested in 1, 5, or 6. Thanks for the opportunities and stay healthy. Kisses and hugs, Tina. Tina, you are the winner of number 6. My email address is below in the drop-down list. Please send me a snail mail so I can mail these winning patterns out to you and stickers. Thank you for participating, everybody. Oh, I am tongue-tied today.